Yo, what is up everyone, Jay here with another Fire Emblem Heroes video, and today I'm going to take a look at the April 2023 FEH channel, and they dropped it on the anniversary of the Fire Emblem franchise. So today is the 33rd anniversary of the series on April 20th. I'm not sure if this is intentional or not, but either way, it's pretty cool they dropped it on this day, even if they don't directly acknowledge it in this video or anything. But still, it's pretty cool that it matches with the date, because the April 20th is a pretty important date in Fire Emblem. It's the anniversary of the series, the first Fire Emblem game for Shadow Dragon Blade of Light. It's the 6th anniversary for Shadows of Valentia, and then it's also the anniversary of Path of Radiance, I think. So that is pretty cool. But yeah, this FEH channel has some interesting things, but it's not as jam-packed or action-packed as previous FEH channels. Not as hyped for sure, in my opinion, but it definitely has some cool things. So let's take a look. First thing they're going to go over is the Golden Week stuff. So Golden Week happens every year, and it's always exciting because you get a bunch of free tickets, free stuff, free packs, or not free packs, free quests, login bonuses, and packs as well. So it's going to be a lot of fun. You know, we get a lot of tickets, so hopefully I can snag something good. The free summon gods can give me something cool. You get grails, 66 of each of the dues and the grails, bunch of flowers, which is good. And then you get Choose Your Legend Hero Fest. So like I said, this was data mined already before, so we kind of already knew about this. But yeah, it's just a bunch of CYL reruns, so anybody trying to merge these units up or trying to get fodder, this is nice because they all have increased rates to 8%. So if you want to go for these, you definitely can. But just keep in mind, we have the Fallen Banner coming up, or the supposed Fallen Banner, and also Summer Banners coming up. So yeah, hopefully the tickets can get me something good, because I've definitely gotten some good things before in the past on these. And then they're starting the fake quiz thing. I think they've already posted it on Twitter. The first question, which, you know, the questions they cook up on these are absolutely hilarious. They're very, very specific, and I think the first one's kind of specific as well. So we'll see how ridiculous these questions are. But yeah, they're just a fun, it's just a fun thing to have. You get free rewards for it if you answer correctly, or the community does. And then the next thing here is the next mythic, which is Nervuz. I think that's how you say her name. It's not a P or a B, it's V. Nervuz, I think. That's how Faye said it, I believe. So here she is, God of the Land, and yeah, she is quite the character. We'll see what her exact stats are like, but we already know what her weapon does, kind of, and her skills. So she is the aunt, if you guys didn't know, if you played this or not paying attention to the story, she is the aunt of Freyr and Freja, which makes sense. They're, you know, the goat family. And yeah, she's going to be a light mythic, so offense mythic. We're gonna have to see what kind of things she does, because you know, I feel like for light mythics, the best ones are usually supportive, besides like Asker. But then again, Asker can support. So her weapon, they didn't say much about it, except it gives her stats. So maybe it has this encounter like Fraser, we're not sure. Gale Force is her special, so she does have -1 cooldown on her weapon, because she does have have it at 4 cooldown. She comes with Clash 4, which is great, and Fruit of Life, which essentially gives her damage reduction, I believe. And whatever damage she reduces, she brings it back to the enemy, I think, something like that. And then she comes with Alarm Attack Speed, which is basically a Kanto effect, which is kind of cool to see a Kanto effect in the C slot, which is going to be inheritable, I'm pretty sure, to everybody. Assuming maybe to only, you know, infantry and cavalry. Well, if this is for infantry, that'd be kind of crazy, because infantry units don't have Kanto skills they can really inherit. So if this is for infantry units, or maybe it's only cavalry units, it's going to be interesting to see. But Alarm Attack Speed does give you, obviously, attack and speed in some way, and also Kanto. So that's going to be really good for her, because she's going to be able to move around, have Gale Force, Fruit of Life give her damage reduction. She's attacking this Robin. This Robin is going to try and attack her back, and she's going to reduce the damage. So 44 to 27. So she's going to be an interesting mythic for sure. Obviously, going to be horny bait. I mean, she's very gorgeous, but we'll see how she is when her actual trailer comes out. But yeah, she looks pretty interesting, I guess. So that is Nervuz, Horn of the Land, Horny of the Land, however you want to call it. And that is her as the next mythic. But they're kind of dropping this early. I mean, it's like April 20. They don't reveal the next mythic until like a week or two from now, or a week and a half from now. But yeah, that is her. Next we have update information. So this is just a small update to Hall of Forms, where basically now that we can have A, B, C skills have two options now. They improved it for weapons and assist, which they should have done that a long time ago, but that's going to be really useful, especially if you're trying to get Chris and Katarina good skills. That's going to be very, very useful. Not as much for Tiki and Brave Mars, because you kind of want to keep their weapons anyway, but for the assist, for sure it helps. So that is a nice Hall of Forms change. That's going to help me, especially because I'm trying to form with these guys. And then next we have the Legendary Hero remixes, which is going to be really cool. So Liv here gets Deadly Bounce Plus, which is a huge upgrade from the regular Deadly Bounce. So this gives him the same attack defense debuff, but it now gives speed, which is really good. And now before it gave you charges, now it gives you the guard effect. So essentially it's special fighter in the weapon. and if his special is charged up and it triggers, he has the ability to stop damage reduction. So that's really, really good for him. It's going to make him a better defense mythic because he's always been one of the most lackluster mythics. So that's going to help him stop stuff from spurn and whatnot. And then he also has special spiral built into his weapon. So that's really amazing. We're going to have to see, you know, how his refine is, of course. I mean, this is not going to make him like top of the top or anything, but it's definitely a very big upgrade. And he comes with even Tempest. So Lift definitely got to go up. You know, Deadly Balance Plus is pretty clean, and like I said, I'll see what the Refine does for him. But yeah, I'm liking what I'm seeing so far for Lift. Then next we have Legendary Edgard, who, you know, definitely needs to upgrade because all her other versions are pretty much better than her at this point. Raging Storm 2 gives her stats now, gives her attack defense -5, and she makes a guaranteed follow-up attack, and also has partial no follow-up if the foe is a beast or a dragon. So before, she only made guaranteed follow-up attacks, I think, against beasts and dragons. Now it's partial no follow-up, so basically she can better ensure getting a double, you know, and triggering stuff like Guild Force. So that's really good. And she comes with attack res ideal, which is a way, you know, better skill than attack res solo that she had. So again, we're gonna have to see what a Refine does, but it's looking pretty nice for Edgard. I mean, I think the remix for Lift looks better than hers, but again, we have to see what the Refine does, and that's pretty much gonna be the verdict, the final verdict on these units. So those remixes and refines, looking forward to those. And then next we have the new game mode, which is pretty much the highlight of this FEH channel, is Seer Snare. So this mode is based on Govig and her snaking self, and it looks pretty fun. I'm kind of confused though on some certain things. You know, maybe I'm just misunderstanding, or I'm not. Maybe I'm just not understanding how it works. But this mode basically, it's kind of like Hall of Forms, where you can build units and get skills along the way, but you get like more rewards for it. I think there's tons of rewards you can get, which is always good. So Timeless Rift, Seer Snare, you have stamina, you have a bunch of new currency, and you have bonus allies. So basically they get more stats and effects if you use those bonus units. So Faye's going to build up her team and just try to go in here and slay. So you have those cubes, or those platforms you can just go across and, you know, move forward through this. I don't know how long it is, but it seems pretty lengthy. But the cool thing about this mode too is it works differently than all the other modes in the game. So the weapon triangle, as we know it, is different. So basically, as you can see, these arrows are how thick the arrows are judge how much advantage you have. So this arrow right here is a little skinnier, so it means that colorless allies have a minor advantage, so not as much as these guys. So red, obviously we know, is effective against green. That's normally how it works. But now the weapon, or the color triangle, is advantage against colorless foes, but colorless foes also has an extreme advantage against colorless allies. So colorless on colorless crime. So it's kind of interesting. I don't know why they went with this, but it's definitely interesting to make this mode. You have to think a little bit differently because, you know, we're all used to the weapon triangle, but this is a little bit different. So I guess it has to do with the time shift. So they basically have a visual here, so it's going to be interesting for sure. Colorless allies destroy themselves, and if you lose, that's it. You basically lose. You can't go forward. So there's no really save. There's no like thing to really save you, except if you rewind time. But if you rewind time, you use the thing called Rift Vessels, I believe. These hourglasses, I think. Whatever these hourglasses are, you use those to unwind time. But you can also use them to get skills. So whenever you win, I suppose, you get these skill slots you can pick for your units. I'm not exactly sure if Chrom. So I'm pretty sure this means the skills for everybody else, right? So the rest of his teammates, for Ascendantiki, Robin. So you can build them up. So not exactly sure about this part, but I do know that there's bosses, these sub-boss maps, and whenever you win, you can choose a skill to fill these up. So, and you can use the Rift Vessels to buy those. So that's basically the currency in this mode. As you can see, the Rift Vessels are at the bottom of each option, and you can pick a skill and then choose it for those units. So it's like Hall of Forms, you know, just a little bit more complicated, I guess. So Timeless Rift in this mode, Seer Snare, looks a lot of fun though, for sure, because you get a ton of rewards and you get to build units. I mean, that's what FEH is all about, right? Customizing, or one of the big things FEH is about, is customization and building your units to your liking. And I guess you're gonna have to get a bit lucky with some of the skills because it's probably gonna be randomized, but it should be fun. So you can have these Vanir seals, and you can pick even more stuff. Yeah, so you can exchange Rift Vessels for more skills, so you can choose all kinds of tier 4 skills here in random slots, which cost more, so that's interesting. But it's like random, probably. I mean, it is random, so I guess it's better to pick something you can actually use, or you know it's gonna be useful. So as you can see, he's building up. Yeah, so those are for the other units, I guess. So yeah, he can pick those slots for those skills, or those skills for those slots. And then if Faye wins another match, you get random slot unlock. So like I said, this mode, I'm not exactly sure how exactly works. I have to see when we actually try it, but it looks a lot of fun. It looks like a lot of fun for sure. So yeah, I like this mode. It's definitely interesting, and it, you know, it plays off the current book and Golvig's entire thing, just like how Millionaire Strike is about Thor or Loki, or should I say about Thor, and then Loki, you have Pawns of Loki, so I like that. And you also have the rest spot, so you can basically heal yourself at the Pokemon Center, which is pretty cool. And basically you just keep going forward. You can unwind, like I said, you can rewind time and return to the sub boss, or go back all the way to the beginning, which probably not ideal, but if you want to, I guess, restart. Yeah, so you can use those Rift Vessels to go back, but obviously that's not ideal. You want to be able to just win every match. And then if you keep winning the sub bosses, you're just going to get more rewards and more skills to build for your units, and it's going to progressively get harder, I assume. So it looks fun for sure. You know, I'm always all for new FEH modes. Not exactly the mode I expected or wanted, but I can't complain because it's more rewards for sure. So that's pretty much the FEH channel. They're going to show all the rewards that you can earn for Seer, Snare. So yeah, look at all this stuff. That's great. Feathers, orbs, arena crests, toilet papers, red toilet paper, sacred coins. So yeah, a lot of good stuff there. So that is the FEH channel. Let me know what you guys think down below. This FEH channel, like I said, was not as action packed as previous FEH channels, but that's fine. There was no banner reveal, well, besides Nerf Fuzz, I guess, but that wasn't an actual banner reveal, but she's gonna be on a banner. But yeah, that's fine. It's pretty simple. The game mode was definitely the highlight in my opinion. You know, we're gonna have to look forward to this. So it's probably gonna be like, I don't know how long it's or how frequent this mode is gonna be, but I assume it's gonna be like, you know, Pawns of Loki, where it's pretty rare, or like Rucker Sieges probably, but we'll see. But yeah, that's the FEH channel, guys. Let me know what you guys think down below, and if you enjoyed the video, leave a like. Please stay safe out there, and peace out.